signs, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Looks like first up, we've got a public hearing.
Everyone ready?
Ready as we're ever going to be.
Public hearing one, local law promulgating sign regulations to the B3 Research and Development District within the Village of Homer in Cortland County, New York. Being enacted by the Board of Trustees of the Village of Homer as follows: the Village of Homer hereby promulgates the below sign regulations into B3 Research and Development District as enacted below. Section 1, statutory authority and purpose. This local law is intended to be consistent with and is enacted by the Village Board of Trustees of the Village of Homer pursuant to its authority to adopt laws under the New York State Constitution and New York State Municipal Home Rule Law and New York State Village Law. It is intended to act in furtherance of the village's authority with respect to existing zoning and land use laws related to the planning, zoning, and physical use of real property within the village and New York State Village Law, Article 7. The village board finds that it is in the best interest of the Village of Homer to adopt the following sign regulations for the B3 Research and Development District. Section 2, establishing the sign regulations for the B3 Research and Development District. The Village Board of Trustees hereby promulgates the following regulations regarding signs in the B3 Research and Development District. 1, the following signs are allowed: A, residential identifications, non-self-illuminated signs of up to 1 square foot in an area per residence, denoting the name and or house number of the occupants of the premises only. B, community event signs, temporary, non-illuminated signs advertising coming events, special sales, contests, or promotional activities sponsored by a nonprofit organization may be erected without permit for a period not exceeding 30 days, provided that the consent of the property owner or occupant is obtained and that such signs are not attached to fences, trees, utility poles, or the like, and that such signs are not placed in such a position as may obstruct or impair vision or traffic, or in any may create a nuisance, hazard, or disturbance to the health and welfare of the general public. All such signs must be identify the name of the sponsoring person or organization. C, reserved. D, real estate signs, one real estate, for sale, for lease, or for rent, sign per lot, provided that the sign does not exceed 6 square feet in area per residential lot or 50 feet in area per commercial industrial lot. Shall not be illuminated and shall not be nearer than 5 feet to the nearest lot line. Such signs shall be removed within 7 days following the sale, lease, or rent of the property. Sold by signs shall be removed within 30 days of removal of the property from the market. Development signs. 1, advertising real estate developments or subdivisions during a period of development. The sign may not exceed 50 square feet in area, may advertise only the name of the architect, contractor, owner, or developer. Such signs may not be illuminated in any manner. Home occupation signs, 1 sign per lot, which shall not exceed 2 square feet in area. Such sign must be stationary, not self-illuminated, and announce only the name and occupation of the building tenant. Public signs. Signs erected by public schools, government agencies, or public utilities pursuant to and in discharge of any official function or required by law, legislation, or government regulation. H, integral parts of structures, names of buildings, dates of erection, monumental citations, commemorative tablets, and the like, when carved in stone, concrete, or similar material, or made of bronze, aluminum, or other permanent type of construction, and made an integral part of the structure. I, public traffic direction signs, traffic, directional, or warning signs which are necessary for the safety and direction of residents, employees, customers, and visitors, whether in a vehicle or on foot or in any business, industry, or residence. Such signs shall not carry the trademark or name of any business product and shall not exceed 3 square feet in area. Directional signs on painted or paved areas are exempt from these standards. J, national recognition and service signs, signs such as credit card and public telephone signs shall be allowed without permit in addition to any other signs permitted in these districts, but only on windows or wall mounted. K, institutional signs, signs setting forth the name or any simple announcement for any public, charitable education, or religious institution located entirely within the premises of that institution up to an area of 32 square feet. If building mounted, these signs shall be flat wall signs. If freestanding, the top shall be no more than 8 feet above ground level. L, private historical architecture designation signs, signs designed to provide information on the architectural or historical qualities of a structure, building, or site, provided that such signs are limited to not more than 1 sign per structure, building, or site, and are no more than 3 square feet in area. M, village boundary and public affairs signs, signs not exceeding 6 square feet in area, indicating the meetings of civic organizations shall be erected as a group upon a common supporting structure. N, renovation signs, one temporary sign per lot. Listing the architect, engineer, contractor, or owner may be placed on the premises where construction, repair, or renovation is in progress, which sign must not exceed 6 square feet in area. Such signs must be removed within 7 days after completion of the project. O, private auction or private sale signs. Private sale signs are permitted, provided that such signs are no more than 6 square feet in area and are erected on the day of such sale, or removed by the day following the conclusion of such sale, and are on display no more than 5 days. P, safety signs, safety, hazard, or danger signs are permitted.
What's Dan? All right. Anybody care to speak on this? Anyone here to speak on this? Anyone here to speak on this? Once, twice, thrice? All right, hearing none, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion, we accept the law as written.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Makes sense to me so far. We can change anything that's not right, so that's the beauty of this.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, unanimous. Here we go. First up, approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes. I won't do along, I'll second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Next up, treasurer's report. We're gonna authorize the payment of the bills.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, unanimous. Let's see here, and then the treasurer's report.
I'll make a motion that we accept the treasurer's report. Thank you.
No, second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, unanimous. All right, cemetery reports. We had our cemetery meeting today. That's fine.
Make a motion that we accept the cemetery report.
They're closing what, next week,
Pretty close.
15th?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, all right. Codes reports.
I just think we're lucky to have him. I'll make a motion to accept the closed report as written.
I'll second.
Any discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, all right. And dog control next.
I see where one was used to use. You know why?
I don't know.
Wasn't very old.
Thought they didn't do that here.
An Akita, well, stray Akita might have been violent, but Akitas can be nasty.
No, I don't see a lot of it, so I'm gonna guess it's not a normal thing, so I guess it's okay. I'll make a motion to accept the dog report as or
I'll second it.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. All righty. EPW.
Well, he did indicate that he was gonna paint the tops of those containers over in the Agway.
Yeah.
thing one of these days. I don't know, it's getting kind of late, so.
They've started, Ed.
Oh, they got one done. I know they had 4 to go, just the tops.
Well, I think they may have a couple more. They have, I think, 1 or 2 left.
It's really looking good, and I'm hoping sometime, maybe, I don't know how, but maybe we'll do some kind of murals or
Just paint some flowers on them or something.
or
Yeah.
something, or get the school to get involved or
Yeah.
something. Because as long as you don't use a ladder, it's
Yeah.
okay, because the ladders are just, you can't do it here in New York State. Because the Silverman, the law firm said, hey, anybody uses a ladder, even if you're drunk and you fall down, it's whoever owns the property,
Oh, I
pays
know.
no matter what, just crazy. But hey, that's the law and no ladders. All right, I'll accept the, motion that we accept the, DPW report as written.
I'll second it.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Fire departments.
I had a discussion with, Mr. Garvey on 8 Sanford, and, of course, he's in his 90s now, and so he's getting a little, unstable and what have you. But anyhow, he mentioned, I'll bring it up for just discussion purposes. He said, hey, he thinks that there would be a large contingent of mostly women who would probably like to become like EMTs, but according to our rules, you have to be a fireman first before you can be an EMT. And so going through all that fireman drill work probably doesn't appeal to him. And he says you might be able to get quite a few people who would actually just do EMT work. And I said I'd bring it up for discussion.
I don't know
I
if
mean,
that's,
I don't know if that's viable. I know we have
Well, I
an
don't know.
awful hard time
I
getting
don't know,
people.
is that true?
well, I
I
also
know
don't,
what he said.
I also don't know if it's something with our department or if it's a state law.
I don't know. I'm just bringing it
Yeah,
up.
no,
Let
that's
the
a
fire
good point.
department, come back and say blah, 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 or whatever it is. But I told him I would bring it up and I just did. So
All
I'm
right,
doing my duty.
there you
to
go.
my constituents.
Because that concern.
Yeah, if you didn't have to be a fireman, could you get enough? Because we do have a vehicle that's there. And I know we had certain people who really wanted it.
We go on a lot of EMS calls.
And that's what I'm seeing here on this. It's mostly EMS. Thank God we're not having house fires. Which is, that's, okay, done.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion and we accept the report as written.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
We'll let the fire department.
Police department.
Actually, the police department has been pretty consistent with, the 500 calls, for service and, out of the 59 vehicle stops, they only gave out 27 tickets, so that's like 50%. And that's what they've been doing for the last 4 or 5 months. So my fear of turning us into a speed trap town is not happening. So thank you, Chief. So,
Chief, I had a question for you. Have you seen many complaints of catalytic converters being stolen in the village?
We have, we just had a case, a couple weeks ago. Where we had, the officer was very observant, seen it in progress, seen it happening in progress. So, yeah, we made an effort. We arrested the subject too, so.
Was it during the daylight, Chief?
No, midnights, overnights.
Hey, Chief, when's Charlie's shoot?
What's that?
When's Smiley's trap shoot?
Last weekend.
So I was, because I found the load. I can give them to him anyway. That way he can just replenish his own stuff with them.
Okay. I'll let him know, stop by or call you.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll make a motion, we accept the police report as written. Thank you, Chief.
Yep, you're welcome.
I'll second it.
There you go.
All right, any other discussion? Chief, anything else you want to add?
You saw the FBI National Command School.
Yes, I hope you get it.
Well, I got an email today. They're asking for more information, so maybe I will. So
That's
It's a good
awesome.
sign.
it's only one from each state. So
Wow.
That would be amazing.
Wow.
I'll keep you informed.
We absolutely would send you down there for that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. That's about all I have. So, and that etching thing, I would like to, explore it because you can. It's about $8 for the catalytic converters. It's about $8. It's about $8. And what is the chemical etching? You put it on. You have to clean the surface. Apply a chemical, and it etches a serial number into the catalytic converter. And then you register the catalytic converter online, so it's easy trip identifiable, but maybe something we could explore with the local garages or, the car dealerships around the area. So,
I'm gonna guess the federal government is probably gonna start requiring automobile manufacturers to put it on at the factory. Seems like that would be the easiest way.
I think you're right, Ed. That would be the easiest way. So,
Of course, they're going to electric, so who knows, but there's still gonna be a lot of catalytic converters out there for a long time.
yep.
So,
So-
anyhow,
It's the platinum is what's valuable in it. So it's about $1,500 $1,800 an ounce. So, but that's all I have.
All right. All right, so we have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Thanks, chief.
Yep. Thank you, everyone.
All right, recreation. Water.
I have one.
Yeah, just behind.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's good. We got most of the equipment back.
It's good to see that Chief's still on because we have the Light of My Life the first Friday in December. And if we have the Grinch make an appearance, maybe we can make sure HPD's there.
To arrest them.
Yeah.
Hold on, Ed. You gonna be there? Oh no, I'm here. Just kidding. Yeah, I can look into that.
All right.
You're all right, chief.
E-club registration is still open for another week or so.
All right, that's good. All right,
Do we need to do something for the refund?
is it on the,
I don't know, was that the finance?
It's not on the agenda. It has to be done at this time because it was in the report.
okay, yep, so,
I'll make a motion that we accept the report as written and that we authorize the refund for $60 to the basketball player.
Ashley, yep, second.
discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Okay, good. Water and sewer. You see this, Ed? That's another leak that they found,
Yeah,
100,000 gallons a day.
That was a big one.
So that's 2 leaks that was found for 200,000 gallons a day.
that's
That's
significant.
Unbelievable.
When you can figure that out, by the way, how much money you make. It's a 70 horsepower motor and it pumps 900 gallons a minute. And so 70 horsepower is 746 watts per horsepower, blah, 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 watts ends up being kilowatts at 16 cents a kilowatt times, divided in, and that's big money. This is why I keep talking about, that we had to have a plan to do maybe all of our pipes that need it, to update it before we lose buzz and, this institutional knowledge.
well, yeah,
And get a mapping, maybe we probably.
We've got
should
the
put some
map.
money aside
we got
for
that.
a good mapping.
We got that.
Or something.
We got that. We got that.
That way we can apply for this water grant money that seems to be available.
Yeah, I'm hoping they switch over to the chips for water and sewer soon, but they keep talking about it.
How long was that leaking for the town?
Probably not.
That's probably a couple of weeks.
Still,
Hey, but
doozy.
by the way, since we have Buzz on there, you know that Buzz is not only a celebrity at finding and fixing leaks. He's also a resident celebrity for the village. If in case nobody noticed that in the November 1st issue of the Cortland Standard, that he was inducted into the New York Country Music Hall of Honor.
I
So
did not see that. Congratulations, Bud.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Buzz,
Great.
congratulations. It's a great
Thank you.
picture of you too.
I bet you my beard stood out.
Yeah, it did.
That's awesome.
Multi-talented.
Yes, that's true.
Well, on Ed's point there, I got some worked into the budget for repairing or replacing some lines. I'll show you the amount, which is quite high because pipe is high. when I talked to the guy, he says it's for ductile iron, it's 32 weeks out from the order time. So,
Wow.
Wait,
Unbelievable.
Like I say, we need to have kind of like a plan to say, hey, we're gonna do, the next time they pave a street or something, we're gonna dig up that street before we pave
sure.
and have a plan, because we do a 10-year, this could be a 10-year plan, because I think
Well,
that's how we do our paving, 10 years.
yeah, but
And so we ought to have a 10-year plan on replacing all our pipes.
keep in mind, we only pave the streets that we get paid with TIP money to pave.
But that's every 10 years, basically, that's how it gets done.
Right, but we don't have the money in the budget to do the water lines.
I understand.
We gotta,
I understand that, but the plan is, if you could do, let's say, Cortland Avenue or Cortland Street, you would say, hey, that's $500,000 or whatever. That's where we have it and say, hey, Congressman, Senator,
Yeah.
we got a 10-year
Yeah.
plan. We're gonna need $500,000 a year for water. We'll put in 300K. Would you give us 200? Or we'll put in 200K, you give us 300, or we'll put in 50,000?
yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
We'll have a plan, whether we do it or not, we got the plan.
Yeah, I get it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we have to do it. But we should have a plan, because if they have that money, we ought to be ready to strike, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, well,
All right,
we're
over,
not giving it out, yeah,
Over.
unfortunately.
yeah,
All
I
right.
know, over.
All right,
I'll make a motion, we accept Buzz's, report as written.
Buzz, I just had one little point. I was at the town hall the other day. Shortly after you changed the filter in the drinking fountain, a couple of people have mentioned that it tasted funny for a couple of days. Did you get any feedback on that?
well, it's a charcoal filter. So whether it still had a little bit in there. I mean, we had it quite a while before I let anybody drink out of that. So,
I guess it went away, but
It's the little charcoal stuff.
yeah, usually I run for like 10 minutes.
yeah,
the
Well-
other thing I want to bring up is that on those old Neptune meters, there were some parts that we had that Marathon could use. And a lot of it's plastic parts. It's not really worth, there's no scrap value in those things. What I had left over, we kind of agreed on $500, but we want to let that stuff go. It's no use to us whatsoever now, with these other new meters.
So I'll make a motion that we accept Buzz's suggestion to sell excess, non-usable for us, equipment to Marathon for $500.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right,
All right.
then we need a motion to the report. Oh, you made the
Did
motion.
that.
We need a second.
Also.
We need a second.
Yeah.
Any other discussion? Anything else from you, Buzz?
No, I think that's about it. I mean, we're still out looking for leaks. Like to get everything buttoned up as much as we can before the winter really hits hard. So that's
Yeah.
what we're doing.
All right. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
Keep on rocking, bud.
All righty.
Thanks, Buzz.
Yep. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, privilege of the floor. Fred,
Can you hear me?
we can hear you.
Number one, we passed a budget with I think a penny increase. Number two, Crawford and Stearns, they've had some sickness up there. They should hopefully have plans to us this week or next for downstairs. The better plans.
Right.
Number three, the Bridge Committee is going to meet tomorrow night. We have had 7 companies show interest in that. Number 4, we're still looking at the billboard situation. Number 5, the IDA has rescinded their motion to allow the towns to set the rate for the solar projects. And so the the rate going forward will be whatever the IDA sets. I think they were afraid of losing the project. The towns had gone back and forth with EDF several times. We really haven't heard much from them for 3 or 4 months. So statutorily, the IDA has the authority to do that. And I know that there will be I believe, a motion at county level to effectively do the same thing with the law that they passed at the same time the towns did to set the rate. So can't tell you how that's going to go. There was at the public hearing, there was about equal people speaking for and against the IDA doing that, and against the same situation with the county. They don't. Some want the county to take their law off the books, and some want it left there. So I think the long and short of it is all of us are interested in a fair tax rate. I mean, we're not looking for them to pay all our bills from the town's perspective. And I've had this conversation with Jack Connor from EDF, as well as Mr. Van Gorder and Mike McMahon. My main concern when you have 8 or 10% inflation, that we don't sign something that guarantees us 2% increase. We're more looking for something with a COLA in it that will allow the rates to adjust according to the true rate of inflation. Having said that, it's still, the negotiations at this point are all in the IDA's basket. So it really doesn't matter what our wants and desires are, our wishes are. But I'm sure that the IDA obviously has the best interest of the county in mind. So all of us come at it from just a little different angle. Yeah. So we've got some bids for replacing the carpet coming up the stairs from Main Street. We're still waiting for another one before we before we move forward with that. So other than that, I believe that's all I've got, unless Pat can remember something more than that.
No, thanks, Fred, because I couldn't find my notes, so I was hoping you'd be on tonight.
So, but I appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks, Fred. I appreciate you coming.
Thanks, Fred.
So,
All right. Old business, update on the bus shelter. Pat.
I was gonna check, unless the part has come in, we've got no update. Tanya or Dan, is there any change?
The bench is in, Dan says.
Yep. The bench is in, and so is the thing that holds the schedule. The bench is being installed Thursday.
All right.
Great, then we can take down the orange cones.
Very good. All right, new budget, new business. Number 1, approve budget adjustments for the ice rink and the linear park consultant.
Let me just find where they went. There it is. You'll see that we're using the excess sales tax from our budget to pay for the difference in the ice rink. We got the ice rink at $18.75 less. And then part of it, the remainder would pay the consultant. We already approved the bonuses. And then the difference that is owed to the consultant for the $5,000, we're actually under in our health insurance because people left the plan. So that would all be covered, and we could pay the consultant for the edible park.
Excellent. Nice job on that.
I'll make a motion, we accept the adjustments as stated.
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Yeah, can we just reiterate to the great job that Tanya did on that 1,800 for the ice rink, you know, negotiating
Yeah.
that?
That was awesome. All right, we've got more budget adjustments here.
So most of those are just moving them in categories like we always do. And I put in the bonuses in there too, because I posted the bonus one that was approved last time. And then, so all we're doing is moving them within the sections and accounts to pay for everything.
All righty,
I'll make a motion, we accept that portion of the report also.
I'll second.
any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Let's see, approve signing the 2023 amended municipal cooperative agreement for the Greater Tompkins County Municipal Health Insurance Consortium.
You all have the amended agreement as background, the entire agreement with the addendums, but there is a resolution that needs to be read into the minutes to start with.
That'd be this right here. Go
We're
for
good. Very good. Approval of the 2023 amended municipal cooperative agreement for the Greater Tompkins County Municipal Health Insurance Consortium. Whereas the Village of Homer is a participant of the Greater Tompkins County Municipal Health Insurance Consortium, a municipal cooperative organized under Article 47 of the New York Insurance Law. And whereas the municipal participants in the consortium have approved and executed a certain municipal cooperation agreement, with an effective date of October 1st, 2010, and the 2023 amendment that provides for the operation and governance of the consortium. And whereas the consortium's board of directors has recommended approval of the 2023 amended agreement, and whereas the municipal cooperative agreement requires that amendments to the agreement be presented to each participant for review and adopted by each municipal board. Resolved, the Village of Homer approves and authorizes the chief executive officer to sign the 2023 amendment to the municipal cooperative agreement of the Greater Tompkins County Municipal Health Insurance Consortium. Resolved further that the clerk of the Village of Homer is hereby authorized to execute this resolution to indicate its approval, transmit a copy thereof to the board of directors of the Greater Tompkins County Municipal Health Insurance Consortium, and take any other such actions as may be required by law.
Very good. We need to vote on that, I guess.
Yep. Vote to accept.
Motion,
I'll make a motion that we accept our Greater Tompkins Municipal Health Insurance Consortium amended agreement.
I'll second that.
any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right,
Saves us a lot of money. Good deal.
I wish the county would do it.
What the county was it?
I don't think the county does it.
No, they have their own.
Yeah, they were self-insured.
No, there was,
Tompkins County is a part.
No,
City of Cortland. That's
Yeah.
City of Cortland is what I was looking at.
yeah, pretty much the county is about the only municipality in the county that's not.
Not.
Alrighty, let's see. Approve Martin and Jan Wingback cemetery deed buyback.
That's pretty standard by our policy, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
I'll make a motion to approve Martin and James Engelbach's cemetery deed buyback.
I'll second that.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous, okay. Alrighty, let's see here. Approve creating part-time police sergeant position.
And we discussed this last week.
Yep.
It makes sense. So I'll make the motion that we approve the position.
I'll second it.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous, good. Let's see here. Approve closing 2 Verizon wireless emergency lines for water sewer department effective November 30th due to the phone lines being technologically outdated. It's a no-brainer.
So they're old lines, so they're on, what is it called, instead of 5, they're on 3, so they're no longer going to be working. So what's out in the public is the individual cell phone numbers, and then we normally pay a stipend for that. And
Okay.
so we're canceling them, and that's all it is.
Sounds good.
You need a motion or just, yeah, I'll make the motion that we close the 2 Verizon emergency lines.
I'll second it.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. All right. Approve paying 2 heavy equipment sewer operators $25 in stipends for cell phone use for emergency water and sewer lines.
Covers the 2 that.
Part B.
Deleted. Yeah, I'll make that motion that we allow the stipends of $25 for cell phones for our sewer and water operators.
I'll second it.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. All right, review and approve deferred water and sewer payment request.
This person is looking for further time to pay it, and her letter is included. And she has been paying on the bill and submitted everything else in for assistance.
So she's trying.
Yep.
Then I
I'd
have
make
a-
him,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd make a motion to approve this resident's
Colleen,
deferred water and sewer payment request.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, help people that are trying. Yes.
All
Yeah.
right, some items to note, leaves will continue to be picked up through November 14th. If they're not picked up by the 16th, call the village offices by 4:30. And the village offices are closed Thursday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. for required OSHA trainings. That's this Thursday. Okay. Next up, approve linear park consultant contract.
Dante, good with this?
Dante, did you go through this?
I did review it preliminary yesterday. I didn't have a chance to see the edits, but I was kind of going over it when you guys were doing the all the departments. It just added the payment clause, paragraph 5. Is that correct, Tanya?
It is. Yeah,
Okay.
that's all that was added.
Okay, good. Yeah, I didn't have a chance to do any red line, but it does accomplish what it needs to do. So I don't have any substantive or any other edits for that matter.
All right,
I'll make a motion and we accept this contract as presented.
I'll second that.
any discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
When does it start? I'm sorry.
Probably already had. He's on.
He's the one that's doing the, yeah.
We talked about
Yeah.
Look at that.
different things. Pretty cool.
He should be, Hal, when did he say that he was gonna try to get it to us so the board can start looking at it?
Soon,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, so the next thing we have, update on the Village of Homer sign sales. We had 3 signs, surplus signs. We did sealed bids. And then you won your choice based on what order your bid came in, so Susan Kerr bid 251 and got first choice. I bid $75 and got second choice, and John Hartsock bid $10 and got third choice. So I owe the village $75. All right. Discussion and approval on funds usage for Village of Homer sign sales.
My recommendation is that we use the funds to go towards refurbishing some of our signposts for our current signs.
Yep.
Give them a nice coat of black paint, some gold paint for the finials. And then if we have any left over for some LED sign, LED lights to light them up. And any other small fixes we may need to do for our current signs.
And anything left over, put in beautification.
Yeah.
Left over. Right.
I said if.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, Pat mentioned this earlier. It's super.
Yeah,
Let's
good
do it.
idea. I'll make that motion that,
I'll second it.
with, Pat said.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Discussion and approval on funds usage for, or I'm sorry, discussion and approve walkable homer.
This is, grant has been in limbo for quite some time, mostly due to COVID and whatnot. This is the final, update that we're gonna do. We're gonna present to DEC. It has a few changes as far as additional sidewalks to do. The chief ones we're still doing the ones on Cayuga, still doing the ones on Clinton. Changes doing James Street, most of James Street. And then also there's 3 streets in between James and Cayuga that we want to add. So with that, there's a lot of force account labor dollars for match. There's equipment time for match. And a few other little odds and ends for match in there. But you'll see that the total cost is actually over the 400,000, or like 437 or so.
Right.
Doubt that will actually be the final cost, but we wanted to make sure we were over the granted 400 at the beginning of the grant when it came in 2020. So there will be adjustments as we move on, but we will just maximize our match. And in doing so, staying at the 437, looks like out of pocket, the village would be about 75.
Perfect.
So that's where we're trying to head towards.
That's great.
And looking for, just to probably go over, we're gonna ask DEC for another extension, so we can do, say half next season and then half the following year.
That's great.
So,
Thank you very much for all your work on this.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
Awesome.
Do we need to approve this?
yeah, just since it's updated and changes, yeah, I would approve it.
I'll make a motion that we accept the updated walkable homer grant and submit that.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. And that brings us to the end of our regular, whatever. Well, I don't know, we need to talk about Tom Scott, or is that later? It's a contract.
That's executive.
That's executive, yeah. Dante, do you have anything for everyone?
Just because I have Tanya here, or Tanya and Dan, as far as further consideration of the LED sign proposal, are we still having separate meetings for the ZBA and planning board, or are we doing one meeting with all boards?
No, planning will be on the 16th at 6:30, and
Okay.
ZBA will be on the
December
Thursday,
1st.
December 1st.
Okay,
At 6:30. I haven't sent those invites out, but they will go out this week. And then after they go do their go rounds, give any recommendations or comments to the board to go over, we'll do a mass public hearing with all 3 boards. It is our intention to discuss with the public amongst themselves and everything else. Before we actually put the law up in front of the board to approve.
That's a good idea. And we'll all have seen the sample sign.
good.
Yes, I think Dante, you're on that. There is and for the public listening, there'll be an LED sign set up November 16th from 5 to 6 here at Town Hall to take a look at a standard LED sign.
Wonderful.
We-
All right, thanks, Dan.
We may need to reach out to WHXC because I think they were saying the 6th of November, either that or my hearing's going.
Well, it's already gone by then.
That was Sunday, so.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. They were,
I'll talk to him.
okay.
All righty. Ed, what do you got?
Nothing.
Gavin, what do you got?
Everybody vote, right?
Well, I'm very happy with the job they did on the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
It's just smooth sailing.
Yeah.
A lot better. I'm real happy with that. Thank you. A friend of mine who had Artisan Elements, it was right across the street from me, has since moved to the old Sinquani Real Estate Building. If anybody wants to stop in there and wish her luck or spend some money, that would be great. Oh, and I'm just very happy to see this thing with a sidewalk repairs getting started, because there's a lot of them.
There are.
James Street is pretty nice.
Well, that's what's on our list. That's
I
good.
know, Tim. I'm really happy to see that.
Yeah. Good.
That's it.
I have nothing tonight, thank you.
All right. I also have nothing.
When's the ice rink going in?
Oh,
See, if you had your own power, you could have had it in right now. Just saying.
yeah. Well, it might have been a little expensive to get it frozen yesterday.
A little bit.
Yeah, they say 55 degrees is all you need. It's 55 and below.
Is there?
Works,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
All my old.
Mr. Clune, have anything?
Oh, yeah.
No.
COVID, anything?
No, nothing from me, thanks.
You actually sound a lot better than I sounded when I had it, or and a lot better than Chief sounded.
I feel great. I
My
mean,
God, man, you're a lucky man. Because Chief and I did not.
better living through pharmaceuticals.
Yeah. All right, well, before we go into executive session, any questions from the media?
Yeah, I got a couple questions.
Sure.
This is for the part-time sergeant position that was just approved. I think this might be more for Chief. I see Chief still on, so
Perfect.
so when interviews are conducted for the position, with Chief, are you looking to hire within the department or outside of the department?
It's within the department.
Okay. When
And
you
there's
hope
certain,
to have,
and
what's
there's
that?
certain criteria we have to follow, civil service guidelines.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we had a full-time, just to let you know, we did have a full-time sergeant up until September 2020. And at this time, the full-timers that I have aren't qualified. They just haven't been there long enough for a full-time spot. I have a full-time or a part-time sergeant right now. I'm looking to add another part-time sergeant to just kind of help out and balance things for me.
Gotcha. Oh, so you would, if once you hire another sergeant, you would have two part-time sergeants?
Yes.
Okay. And then I don't know if you'd be able to answer this, but like, what's the salary or hourly wage for this position?
It's just you have to be determined.
Okay. How many officers do you currently have in your department? I'm just
3
curious.
full-timers and around about a dozen part-timers.
Okay. And then are numbers about where you wanted to be, or are they just short?
We're still down one.
Okay. All right, that's it for me.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Chief. Thanks, Hal.
Thank you very much. All right, so we need a motion to go into executive session to discuss contract matter.
I'll make a motion.
Go.
I'll make a motion that we go into executive session.